Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to give, this is kind of an impromptu live, and I haven't been live in a while, so I'm going to give people time to get in here. And I'm checking some things. So happy, hey, Michelle K, happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. Uh-oh, my headphones are dying. Um, one second. Technical difficulties. I think these, hang on, I'll be right back. Barely. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully they don't die before she gets a cord. Hey, cool gamer. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I'm not going to be on here super long. We're just going to catch up. I know I haven't been around a lot lately, but it's just been super crazy. I'm hoping that after the new year, things, she's getting my cord now, so things slow down a little bit. Hold on, wait for me. Hey, Blueberry. There we go. Thank you. My technician, my 12-year-old technician. Haven.
Put your foot on the white card.
Put my foot on the white card. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What are you doing? Okay. So anyways, there's sickness going on in my house, and it's just been crazy. But how's everybody doing that's here? Okay, we're just going to, you're all going to have to try to get me back to speed here with everything that's going on. I have been following, obviously, true crime a little bit and some of the cases. There's been a couple other cases that have piqued my interest, but so weird. I think that, yeah, I just think that there's a lot of other cases out there and stuff that need to be covered too. And I obviously the Idaho 4 I'm still very interested in, and I'm still going to talk about that. But I also don't feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I think you can talk a case to death and I get bored. So, but we will catch up on that. But anyways, I was like, I have kept up a little on true crime, but I got to tell you that Christmas weekend stuff, I didn't really, I don't know. I wasn't into like, I don't know, such depressing stuff, I guess, you know. Hey, Kate. So, I literally just don't know where I got this little wire thingy, but I can't stop playing with it. All right. So we'll talk. Kate's doing a live. I just saw before I clicked live that she's doing a live tonight on Idaho 4. So we're not going to spend much time on that. But, oh, Michelle K. Me too, Kate. It's not like anybody here did anything, but it was like something had to go. And I just had to, and then people got sick, and it's just, we also have had hey, unpopular opinion, an insane, so I don't live in Buffalo, but close enough. And it is downright scary. And Buffalo itself is still on a travel ban. And it's been downright, where I live, it was very scary. But Buffalo, yeah, like Buffalo is still trying to dig itself out. And it's just been awful. But so it has been a brutal cold, but tomorrow's supposed to be 51, so I'll take it. It is a crazy case, Blueberry. It is crazy. Oh, thanks, Michelle K. It's when I go to work, I had to do something with it. So, but what did you guys get? Let's before we get into the true crime, what did you guys get for Christmas? Did you all have a good Christmas? Hey, Sandy. Let's see, Christmas. Then we all got sick. It is, Kate. I know. Let's see, what did I get for Christmas? I got a new Oklahoma sweatshirt. I got candles, things like that. Very momish. Oh, got a vacuum. You're old when that was by far the most, like, I was beside myself with excitement over a new vacuum. I couldn't wait to use it. Just love using it. So much fun. Oh, really, Michelle K? That's awesome. You know what? My husband and I have been, let me know how you like that, because we've been toying with a memory foam. And because neither one of us we've had it now for 17 years. My anniversary Friday, 17 years. And we've had the same mattress. And like, we're both starting to say, okay, we're not sleeping well anymore. We need a new mattress. Like it's starting to get to a point. And I really I want soft. He likes a little firmer, but we've talking about the memory foam. Dave got me a Guitar Hero and Ugg slippers. Ooh, I've been so hype over guitar. I could totally see that happening, Kate. I could definitely see that. You being excited about that. So well, I'm glad everybody had a good Christmas. And Kate's live tonight is at 9:30. So, but I want to talk a couple other cases that just have kind of piqued my interest as well. I got new earbuds and new curtains. Ooh, pads. That's awesome, Sandy. You got a nectar. It's very firm, but I love it. You can pick it. Oh, Michelle K. I might have to look into that because he likes a little more firm, and I like softer. So, we're gonna have to look into that, because I think if we can just go middle of the road, we'd be happy. But I know, Christmas is tough for some people, and New Year's is tough too for some people. But I know, so I will say, like, here's one important thing, and this is what I'm going to get kind of serious. A friend of mine, well, from Texas where we live, there was a 13-year-old girl who, I mean, when I tell you, so she was 13, she is a year older than my daughter. When I tell you that this little girl had the potential, I mean, probably in the top 100 softball player in the country, basketball player, just could have probably gone to Division I college. She was already that good. So all that, 13 years old, 3 days before Christmas, 13. Okay, let that sink in. Takes her own life. I'm going to get struck. Unalives herself. 13. Not even going to be 14 until April. Like, and it put some perspective on things for me this Christmas and stuff, about what's important, and checking in with my kids, and just, I mean, only child, just so much potential. And it's really scary to me that our world is such a sad place that a 13-year-old, even has that thought anymore. And it just helped me remember that I needed to check in with my kids a little bit more. I better put a trigger warning in here, because I may think, well, they're only 12, they're only 14, or they're only 10, but I think the truth of the matter is, like, our kids have pressures nowadays that we can't. 3rd grade, Kate? Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Like, we can't comprehend the pressures that they have today. And so I just kind of made that my thing, where I'm going to do a lot better of I don't want to scare my kids, but hey, Rhodey Gale, I also want to make sure that they're aware, look, all your emotions are okay, and it's okay to talk about them, because, I just, that split second decision, it's just, oh. But anyways, that was kind of I don't know why I just got off into that. I was thinking about that because it was all over Facebook and everybody's pretty devastated about it and stuff as people find out. And that was just my little, I guess, after school special type announcement or whatever. But it's just that we need to check in with our kids because, I mean, well, look at what Kate just said. This is crazy. 3rd grade, she had a friend. Like, how in 3rd grade do our brains even comprehend that to be like an option, and 13 to be this magnificent athlete? How do our brains comprehend that? And then I'm just like, well, now am I just, sometimes I think I take advantage that my kids are only 12 or something, and I think they're naive to it. But yeah. So anyways, because it's hard because in that moment she probably felt like her world was over because of something that happened. It's just their little brains just can't function. It just can't process things. Heck, I can't process things. Look at me, I just dropped my thing I was playing with. So anyways, not to be completely depressing, but it is an important topic that, what am I doing? My daughter got this new mouse and it's really tech savvy. I don't know what to do. I think it's important because we need to remember on YouTube, people can be pretty nasty. All right. I want to really quick, we will get to Idaho, but I don't want to cover it too much because Kate is covering it. But I don't know if you guys have heard of this case, and I thought it was going to be this really in-depth case. I'm just curious of what you guys think. So his name was, I don't know how to say name. Great, because you know how I am with names. George Musser, Musser, and I'll show you who he is. I just thought it was an interesting thing, and I just want to get your I don't know, I can't even talk, opinion on it. So, and of course it's not up there. What is with this mouse? Okay, my daughter said if you're scrolling a lot, click it. All right. I feel like this isn't the right one. My thing is lagging a little bit. There we go. Okay, we'll just go here. So this kid right here, this is the wrong one. His name is George. He is from Stillwater. Here we go. All right. I just want to show you a picture. Which, of course, you can't see. So anyways, I'll show you in a minute. But George Musser was from Stillwater, Michigan, I believe. And he was at a bar in between December 23rd and 24th. His body was found. No, okay, so it was left a bar on foot December 24th, according to police. His body was found on Christmas Day. There he is. Exposure to extreme cold is likely what killed George, who was 20, reported missing on the 24th. So according to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, he left Brian's Bar and Grill in downtown Stillwater around 2:10 a.m. Saturday. He was wearing a flannel shirt, jeans, stocking cap, and shoes, and died as a result of cold weather exposure. A progression of video footage from traffic and surveillance cameras tracked an individual matching Musser's description as he traveled alone and on foot, leading from downtown towards the area where his body was ultimately located, the sheriff's office announced Wednesday. So his body was found 7 p.m. Sunday. It's about 1.5 miles south of Brian's Grill. They shared a more specific way. But here's what's bothering me about it. Why can't I see any of you guys typing? Okay, so the only thing that bothers me about it is and I'm sure that this probably is a pretty cut and dry case, right? Like he probably was inebriated or whatever. But I do know there's more than the story, because I've seen like his family and stuff on Facebook saying now's not the time to blame people, yada, 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 all that kind of stuff. But the only part that kind of bothers me, where I think that potentially there could be maybe something else, is the fact that where his items were found. And when I say items, I mean like his wallet and stuff. This mouse has to go. So they did say it looks like his cause of death was, cold exposure. But there was something, I want to find the original article is, because his wallet was found out by the dumpster by the bar. This might tell me. So he left Brian's bar. Yeah, it doesn't, but I do know. Okay, so he attended a party at a local bar, the 24th, which we talked about. He was last spotted with his friends at the party itself. After that, when he went out of the bar and wanted to go home in that situation, the downtown Stillwater itself, and he went missing. That doesn't make any sense. So the police officers investigating the entire case said he left the party, went down the lane. That doesn't. Interesting. So have you guys heard? So he was found a mile and a half. It said, let's see. He was found about a mile and a half from the bar. Let me go back to where it said they did trace, they could see him walking alone down the one. Okay, so he was found, his body was found 7 p.m. Sunday, 2 miles from the bar. Right there on near block 5400 of Osgood Avenue North in Baytown Township. But his wallet was found by the dumpster. He had no jacket on. Okay, he had a flannel shirt, jeans, cap, stocking cap, and shoes. The temperature was below 0 with strong winds. Sheriff's office says he's likely to have died of cold weather exposure, but the official cause and manner of death could take 2 months to determine. So, okay, so they didn't rule it that, so they've said it likely. So, it is, look, he might have been drinking, he might have left, your body feels warm when you're drinking, so he probably just left without his jacket. But I still am trying to piece together why his wallet, and there was one other item. Let me see. Was found in a different location. Okay, so Musser's keys and wallet were found near the bar where he disappeared from on Christmas Eve. And his body was discovered 2 miles away. I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? You think he just walked? Hey, Ava, you think he just wandered off and froze? Or do you think, which sounds so harsh, or, do you think it was, he intentionally did it? Or I guess I'm just not, like, the rest of it would make sense to me. What I don't understand is how no one saw him laying there. I guess it's just all very confusing. So no one saw this guy walking down there and just fall. And that's it, like, till Christmas Day at 7? I don't know. And then his stuff is found near the bar. It just seems odd. But it's also very possible that it's not out at all, and it's just I don't know. I think that sometimes we are looking at these college cases, and we're like the girl in at Princeton and stuff, and we're just automatically assuming certain things when perhaps there's more to it. I don't know. The mother said that um, it was her worst nightmare. She thanked police and stuff. But it'll be interesting. My guess is it'll be ruled that he was, um, and that's possible too, Kate, unless he dropped his stuff when he was drunk. That's true. So that's what somebody was saying the other night of how many kids, specifically men who leave bars inebriated and stuff and just kind of feel invincible, and regardless of the temps, and they'll either, like, I guess locally, my mom was telling me that happened once, they'll get hit by a car or they'll freeze. And as I was reading about like situations like this kid and then reading Idaho and stuff, there are so many college kids that have died in because they've left bars from drinking, or some insane, not insane, just really horrific accidental, just lots of drinking related. So that's just a case for you guys to follow a little bit. Food for thought. I have found it interesting. I just think it'll be interesting. But I do think he probably did leave the bar and passed away that way. And he, like Kate said, he must have just dropped his stuff. Now, switching topics, because this is kind of just our true crime quick overview. Parker's coming back now to do some more research, get back to things here. Madalena, have you guys been following that case? Let's just talk about it a second. So if you don't know the story of Madalena, she is yet another. Yes, Kate, that's what the word I was looking for. So many have ended up in rivers. Yes, even at University of Idaho. Madalena was another kind of, I believe, another Harmony Montgomery type of situation. Her parents, her stepdad, who is 60, and her mother, who is like not even close to that age, I think in her 30s, waited to report her. So they're in jail now because of failure to report her. November 23rd, she disappeared from her home in Cornelius, North Carolina. According to the FBI, she was seen wearing jeans, pink, purple, and white Adidas shoes, and a white t-shirt and jacket. And she wasn't reported missing. Hold on, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Kate, I know we need to talk about that because I've heard that too. We have to think about that. We have to do a live on the smiley face murders, Kate, because that was actually just brought up regarding this kid too. Because we'll get back to Madalena in a second, because like law enforcement, everybody were just saying that they all fall in the rivers because they were drunk or whatever. But yeah, we got to look into the smiley face murders, because some people are super convinced that this is what is happening. And I mean, there's some pretty good arguments for it. Pretty good arguments. But so maybe I'll look that up tonight. I think I'm going to look that up. That's a good idea, Kate. I want to keep talking about Idaho because it's a fascinating case and it's extremely bizarre. But there's only so many times we can dissect it, you know. Hey, Emily. So Madalena disappeared November 23rd from her family. I'm sure y'all already know this. Her mother reported her December 15th. Mother of the Year again. reports her to the school resource officer December 15th that she's missing. Was that like 3 weeks later? Both were arrested on their failure to report the disappearance of the child. Mother claims she didn't know where. Obviously, they both claim that they don't know where she is. Police obviously say that the parents know more and they're just not saying anything. So the last known footage of her was on the school bus. So Cornelius Police Department said they want to share a personal handwritten message with you from Madalena's family. So this is her family, not her parents, to the best of my knowledge. So her family says that let me make sure I didn't miss any. Oh, enjoy your family, Sarah. We as a family are devastated and absolutely heartbroken to learn that Madalena is missing. We love Madalena and are shocked by the circumstances. This is something no child or family should ever have to endure. This is basically all just, we thank you for what you've done. Okay. Pray for Madalena's safe return. I gotta be honest. I don't have a good feeling about this, but I could be wrong. What else? So the police say they're clearly withholding information. And what's Law and Crime say? Gosh, this is terrible, y'all. They don't know anything. So they did say that, so she stepped off the bus at 4:59. Oh my gosh, so it wasn't even November 23rd now. It's 11-year-old was last seen the 11-year-old last went to school in North Carolina on November 21st. So that was probably their last day because it was Thanksgiving vacation. She was seen stepping off the vehicle of the bus at 4:59 p.m. November 21st. Oh my God. What do you think, y'all? So we have two possible theories, right? Unfortunately, we all know the worst theory. She's deceased. Which I do know they've had, like, at one point they did have trucks and stuff and things to dig, and I know that they've searched that house up and down. They've searched the backyard. So the options are that she's deceased, which is kind of the direction that I probably feel, or could she have been sold? First of all, the situation in itself is weird, right? Like, I get, love has no age, whatever. Love knows no age or something. I don't know what they say, and I get all of that, but I mean, come on. So I guess mom is 37. Stepdad is 60. Oh my God. So mom says the last time that they saw her was the 23rd. Mom says the little boy was found under the floorboard. What, Kate? I gotta go back and see. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Emily, I know. So the mom says the last time she was seen the 23rd. So let's just say the only time we can confirm that we've seen her last was the 21st, getting off that school bus. Probably, if I look at my calendar, probably ecstatic that it was going to be Thanksgiving break. Oh my God, it seriously makes me nauseous to think about some of these people breathing the same air as me. So, okay, so it's November 21st was the last time she was seen at school. That was a Monday. So yeah, she probably got off Tuesday through whatever for Thanksgiving break. She never returned to school. Okay. December 15th, mom comes and reports her to the resource office. Officer, here's what I think happened. Eventually, like, my school's pretty strict this year because so many kids were getting hurt and killed and all that stuff when COVID came around and kids were getting lost in the system. So they're pretty strict now about like keeping up on attendances. If you've had so many unexcused absences, like first it's a call to the school or whatever, and then CPS. Oh, really, Kate? Or CPS comes, all that kind of stuff. But my guess is hey, Yvette, I'm praying, although I know it's Ava. I know, right? As horrific as that sounds, that's the thing. As horrific as that sounds, the fact that would be the best case scenario right now is horrifying, but it would be. So my guess is the resource officer was probably putting heat on mom, and mom knew she only had a certain amount of time before somebody was going to show up at her home. But so she decided to get ahead of it. What is interesting is that mom went to school herself, which tells me, I don't know. It's just weird. I believe mom knows exactly what happened to her. I believe stepdad, if he didn't do it, he knows who did. The motive, I have no idea. But Kate, was there, because I couldn't find this part, was there CPS involvement already with Maddie? Like within the home? I want to see this video and I'll show it to you guys. Okay, I'm going to show you all this. I'm sure this is all probably because I've been out of the loop, but I do wish more people were talking about her case. I think she's missing still. The little baby deserves to come home, regardless. So here's her on the 21st at 4:59. Oh. That makes me so sad because my daughter does that all the time with her bangs. So what I was going to say is I can't find anywhere of CPS involvement. And so if anybody knows that would be awesome. Okay. Okay. So this article says that Maddie's mother says husband put family in danger. So the mother of Maddie told authorities that she believes her husband put the family in danger after she waited 3 weeks to report her daughter missing and was arrested. The new details were found in court records obtained by Queen City News, which reported that the documents did not elaborate why Madalena's mother, Diana, believed her husband put her family in danger. So her husband and Diana and Christopher, this 60-year-old sugar daddy or whatever, who is Madalena's stepfather, had a dispute on the night Madalena was last seen. Oh my gosh. Citing court documents, Palmater drove to Michigan following the argument and was told 3 days later that Maddie was missing. Diane told investigators that she waited 3 weeks to report her daughter missing because she thought it would hurt her relationship with her husband. Mothers. Look. Oh my God. Like, Please choose your children. Please choose your children. I'm telling you, if you're worried it's going to damage your relationship with your husband, please call me. I will take your baby. Like, please. There are people. Oh, okay, Kate. There are people who will take your children. Please, please don't hide something for your spouse because you're afraid exactly, Sandy. Give me a break. Yeah. Stepdad took her somewhere because you're afraid it's going to damage your relationship with your spouse who's old enough to be your father. So what happened in court today? Let's see. So judge set bonds. All right. So here, judge set the bonds today. Whoa, what just happened? How do I turn that off? That was weird. Yeah, I can't work this thing. Okay. Maddie's been missing a month. We knew that. They were scheduled for a court bond hearing today. The mother and stepfather face charges of the child. However, the defense and prosecutors went another route. Neither were seen in court today. Judge Paulina Havelka said there would be no bond hearings or actions for Diana and Palmater. Diana is held on $250,000 bond and Palmater is held on $200,000 bond set last week. Instead, the defense attorneys and prosecutors agreed on new bond conditions with the judge behind closed doors. If released on bond, both parents will be required to surrender their passports. Palmater would also have to wear an electronic monitoring device. They talk about what she was reported. Diane Kojakari has connections in Moldova, according to previous reports, and Palmater told investigators he made a trip to Michigan between the time Maddie was last and when she was reported missing. I don't know. Hey, Mama Bear. Yeah, I'm just, please, just choose your kids. Choose your grandkids. Sandy chose her grandkids. Like, come on. It says only him, and it said that she did. So, Ava, it said that only him took the trip to Michigan because of the dispute they had. And that Mom didn't come forward because she was afraid it would damage her relationship with her grandfather. I mean, her husband. Sorry. Or, yeah, husband. But here's the deal. So it could be a variety of different things. I think either stepdad did something and took her somewhere, like Sandy and I were saying, or, oh, good question, Ava. Is he the only one required? Or, I think so. You know, it sounds that way. First of all, to me, until that baby is found, well, regardless of whether she's found or not, but they shouldn't have any option to bond until they start talking. My guess is that, so the other thought I had was, could it be possible that Mom did something to her because she blamed whatever dispute that they had, whatever dispute that stepdad and Mom had? Did Mom blame Maddie? Because obviously, and people can come at me all they want, but obviously Mom cared way more about stepdad than she did about Maddie, and that's evident by the fact that she didn't report her daughter missing for 3 weeks. And clearly this guy, the fact that there's even bond arrangements are just ridiculous. Sorry. When you start talking and when that little girl is brought home, wherever in whatever shape she's in, as awful as that sounds. Yeah, she chose him all day over her daughter. But now I'm like, but now for me, it's more of like, well, did she choose him at the expense of her daughter, that she did something because she blamed her daughter? Or did he blame, or did stepdad blame Maddie for something and he did something? And then ran like, oh my God. Ava, that's in God, you know, I like to think this kind of stuff can't happen. But Ava, you saying that, now look, let me say, oh, we're talking about Maddie. I cannot say her name. Kojakari, I think is how you say her last name. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit because I just want more people to talk about it because she's still missing. But all right, I'm going to give you the worst case scenario of what we're true crime, right? We got to talk about all the possibilities right now. So, well, I think it's all worst case scenario, but it is not out of the realm of possibility. Just hear me out. We don't know what this creep was doing behind closed doors. And we get to call him a creep because he still went 3 weeks without notifying anyone of a little girl missing. All right, so we don't know what he was doing behind closed doors. But it's not so she's 37, he's 60. Again, I understand love knows no age. However, there are certain signs, when there's an age gap like this, on occasion, I don't know how somebody in chat said it, like that there's, history of some sort. But if stepdad, I'm just saying if, was, abusing Maddie in some way, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I don't think like Ava was saying, that mom could be, would have been jealous of her. It's, that's, I know, a little bit more far-fetched, but we've heard of cases like that before. It's sick and it's twisted about that. Here's what I know about her. She came to a new country with her child. Her appearance has changed drastically since. Her family is wealthy. Exactly, Sandy. Wow, Ava. See, that's whoa. Hold the phone. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay, so she's from another, oh my gosh, yeah. And Ava, now that you said that, see, this is why I love talking cases with you guys. Now that you said this about the Moldavia thing and stuff, and being from a different country, I mean, things are different. This isn't going to end well, no matter how you slice it. Is she even in the country anymore? Like, Maddie, this is insane. But I mean, why would he drive to Michigan? That's what I don't understand. This isn't going to end well. She had a kid in a country that frowns on single mothers. Wow. Ava, I had no idea that mom came over here from, like, how do you say it? Moldova? I can't ever say it right. Oh, he had a home there, Sandy? Okay. So that kind of, like, the The fact he fled to Michigan could have also possibly been that he saw mom do something. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Look at these pieces of crap. You gotta be kidding me right now. Like, they don't even just, oh. Okay, so stepdad spoke too. Apparently Madalena loves horses. She has a horse or was riding a horse. I don't know. So mom claims that mom alleges that she told that, what just happened here? That she saw Maddie go to bed at 11 o'clock, November 23rd. Well, I call BS. Then she stated that her and her husband had an argument after that, and that the next morning he drove to his family's house in Michigan to recover some items. And then mom says that she checked Maddie at 11:30 a.m. on November 24th and noticed the little girl was not in her room. And so Officer Noble said the mother told him that she then waited until Palmer returned to the house at 4 p.m. on November 26th to ask if he knew where Madalena was. He said he didn't know where she was and asked Kojikari the same question in return. And he says he asked Diana why she did not report Madalena missing until now. Diana stated, this is the police asked her, Diana stated she was worried it might start a conflict between her and Christopher. Christopher claims that he left his home to drive to Michigan to pick up his items, but he did not see Maddie the day he left. And that doesn't make any sense. Did not see her the day he left and believed that the last time he saw her was the week before his trip. So he also claims, that he asked Maddie's mother if she had hidden the little girl. And she asked the same question of him, and they both said no. They then spoke several times about Maddie's whereabouts over the next 2 weeks, and both stated that they did not know where she was, but they still didn't contact police to report Maddie missing. A spokesperson for Cornelius Police Department told Inside Edition the school employees had called the girl, called the girl's mother on several occasions prior to inquire about her absence from school. I bet you, Sandy. Really, Yvette? Yep. Sandy, it sounds like it, doesn't it? I just like how stupid they are that, like, they're both like, well, no, I didn't see her. Did you see her? No. Okay, well, are we going to go report her? Nope. It does kind of sound like a selling type of situation. No, there's a lot of fears in the situation. If she was sold, let's say Maddie's still alive and she was sold, and I hate even saying that she was sold, but say she was sold, is somebody going to get scared now? It's just crazy. It's just nuts. What is happening to our world? But I actually think you guys are right that she might have, married to stay here. That would make sense. Ugh. And the reason she didn't want to, oh my God, that's just nuts. So yeah, so we're going to keep following that. I don't know. The judge did say the girls, well, I think I told you the girls' parents or stepdad and mother, I don't know where dad is, have to turn over their passports. That's nuts. But so that's kind of the situation with Maddie. We talked a little bit about George, but so the Idaho case is gonna case Kate. So I see there's a whole bunch of updates. Well, not really a whole bunch of updates, but so a couple of my opinions is on the Idaho case, just to switch it really quick. I know that like there was everybody, like the whole video. So you know, Yvette, that's possible too. Ava, all the articles call him stepdad, but you know, now that you mentioned her name is this not the same. And I wonder if there's any legal documents, or they're just, if everyone's just assuming that, you know, he's the stepdad. And so that's a good question. I'm going to need to look into that. So I know that, you know, gosh, the last time I talked about Idaho, that video, September video had been, you know, leaked or whatever. I don't think that video was that significant, but that's just me. So I guess the big thing now was the footage that was leaked of Jack D at the club that night. No, you're good, Ava. At the club that night. So somebody's going to have to help me out, because to be quite honest, I've been hit and miss in this case because I haven't seen any like brand new earth-shattering stuff. So like, so somebody's going to have to tell me why that's a big deal that he was at the club. Like, did he lie and say he wasn't? Or, I mean, because people are pretty up in arms and saying, well, Jack D was at the club, so he has to have something to do with it, or all this kind of stuff. And I guess I'm not seeing like what him at the club. So it's interesting, Yvette, if he said he wasn't going to be there. He said he was home sleeping. Okay, Sandy, that's what I was trying to get. I just didn't know. Ava, I know. So I just didn't know. So yeah. So Sandy, yeah. So he said he was home sleeping, but then somebody said Kaylee's mom also just said he was sleeping, not then, but he was sleeping when the girls called. So now I'm like, okay, so is it just a mistake of when people are saying things? But then did anyone confirm that it's officially? Right, Ava, exactly. That's the thing. Is that for sure him at the club? Like, law enforcement responded, right? Or did they respond to this at all? Y'all are catching me up on this, and I'm sure Kate will catch us all up on it tonight. Because I have been following it. I really have. I don't like to analyze every single, you know, like I like to talk about it, but I can't. I don't get bored. That sounds bad. I just don't want to. So if accurate, the timestamp seen on the leaked security camera image is 1:32. The two women are standing among a group of people wearing the same clothes. If it is in fact him. Okay, well, here's the other thing. So ex-boyfriend in Idaho is heartbroken. Half the country thinks he killed. But here's the other thing. The police had to have known, if it was really him, that he was there, because exactly, Sandy. Right, Yvette. So we don't know what he told police, because the thing is we do know that they were frequent, Maddie and Kaylee were frequent flyers, as were a ton of the college kids in that area. The Corner Club, I mean, that's been confirmed a lot of places, that the Corner Club was kind of the place to be, and that Maddie and Kaylee were there very frequently. So I think, and remember when this all, okay. So remember when this all first started and the Corner Club guy was interviewed, and he said, oh, okay, Ava, he said, out of respect for the family and those involved, I will not tell you who was at the club, or the behavior of the girls, or anything like that. Well, if you think about it now, I guess that would make sense, that he might have chosen not to say things to avoid Jack being, I mean, I would assume that if Kaylee frequented there, then he knew who Jack was. So he might have told police, that Jack was there. So the police might have known, but why the police haven't come forward and just said, yeah, we already knew that information. Let me look it up, because it's going to bother me. I'm trying to save Kate's stuff to talk about, so I'm trying to. The only thing I just encourage people, and it's nobody in this chat, is God, I just get worried about somebody getting hurt, like, they said they cleared the professor. Somebody said they cleared the professor. So the chief of police floats the release of the 911 call? Really? I think it'll be released when the prosecution believes we can release that. Oh, so he doesn't really. Let me look up. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything. I don't know. I was thinking. Oh, Ava, yeah. Possibly Adam was JD's ride home and had to wait for him. Possible, Ava. And now what's with the white truck? So there was some people analyzing the video of the food truck. We know the infamous food truck video that's been analyzed 15 different thousand million ways. Somebody said there was a white truck in the distance or stuff. Like, it doesn't seem that they've. Okay, it doesn't. Well, right, Sandy. It doesn't mean that. I mean, I haven't heard that they found the Hyundai, or how do you ever say that? Elantra. I do think they will solve it, but am I nervous a little bit? I am, with how far I feel like the direction, maybe, so I keep feeling like the directions are just like just everywhere. Like there's no set direction, but I guess I have to remember that the cops might have a set direction and we don't know, I hope so, Ava. I do think it will be solved. I felt that the fact that they brought in more FBI might have been, she is Emily, she's doing it at 9:30, a good thing, because not only more manpower, but I mean, were they closer to arrests? Are they zeroing in on somebody? I'm just trying to. I still don't feel like it was Jack D. I just don't. And maybe I just want to believe the best too much, but there's just something about him that, oh, for sure, Yvette. People were like, oh, the FBI, they don't have a handle on this. It's the FBI. I was like, dude, then, dude, the FBI has a 95% conviction rate. Can we talk about Quentin? Right? Everyone said that wasn't going to be solved either. And not only was it solved, yeah, it's pretty dang good. I mean, like, they did it right. Ava, good point. Yep, I think you're right. I think you're right. They let the narrative. And they are watching, especially since people are getting sued and stuff. They are watching. I still, the video that was leaked is still everywhere. I don't think it's a huge deal, to be quite honest. So one other thing, I don't know if everybody knows that. I'm sure y'all do by now, because I'm like way behind in the marketplace or whatever. So the girls' sororities are were already both on probation for health and safety violations, for like alcohol and hazing and all that kind of stuff. So that video of September 2nd and that whole thing where the girls ran upstairs and the guys came to the door for the cops and stuff. Well, the girls couldn't risk, I feel the girls probably didn't want to risk anything messing up with their sororities, because if they were caught, drunk or whatever. First of all, Kaylee is getting ready to start this internship, all that kind of stuff. Like, the sororities, if you give them a bad look, they're liable to get kicked out, which might have not mattered much to Kaylee, but Maddie was still there, was going to still be there. Exactly, Yvette, exactly. So that's what I've seen several former FBI say on Twitter and different articles and stuff, just that people have got to realize these leaks and stuff screw with the case. They really do. They might seem insignificant. Oh, here, buddy. Sorry, my son needs a charger.
Sorry, everyone. I'll be quick.
There you go, dude. Thank you. Good luck. Best of luck to you. It really could. It could seriously mess the case up. And I know it might seem small, but look, if the FBI wants something released, they're going to let it be released. That's all there is to it. Us putting it out there too soon. I know everybody wants to have this breaking bombshell and grow your channel by 30,000 subs, but at the end of the day, we're supposed to be a true crime community that helps work towards a case being solved. Isn't that why we do what we do, is to help solve these crimes? It's just, that's all I got. It's just maybe not even help solve the crimes, but certainly not hinder the investigation. And I'm telling you right now, with all these leaks and with people getting sued and the FBI, or police departments issuing the statement that they are going to be watching social media and stuff, there's no way I'd be risking getting myself in trouble or hurting the case to grow my channel. I just couldn't do it. It's just not worth it. I'm completely content just talking through cases with y'all. And not leaking stuff. It's just true, Yvette. Some just really don't care. Yeah. It's just crazy. But I do think it's interesting if they reveal that 911 call. It'll be pretty crazy. And no, shade on anybody for releasing things. I just think we got to be careful, because I think police are serious when they say they're going to crack down on it. So, but all right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hop off because I want to get my face washed up and stuff, and Kate's gonna be live to talk even more about this. And thanks, y'all, for catching me up. I will be back a lot more starting next week. when New Year's is over and stuff. And I'm looking forward to some fresh research. And everybody keep me posted on if you see anything more about like Maddie or anything like that, because her case does need more awareness, I think. So good to see you too, Sandy. All right, y'all. See you over in Kate's. Talk to you soon.